Hi, I'm Amira Sankofa Kwali. I guess I should cut down the TV. I don't know why I always start these dang on videos and forget to cut down the damn TV, but whatever. So I can't find the remote control, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk. Um, no, I'm gonna cut it off because it's getting on my nerves. So pretty much where I'm at right now is I just got, pretty much inspired as I usually do by my fellow healers and readers and different people. And normally I do a video where I start talking relationship stuff and I start talking about certain herbs that I possess and different things. So guess what, I'm going to talk about herbs, and I'm going to also talk about different things that I offer. So again, I'm Amira Sankofa Kwali with As Life Coaching Ministries. Anyway, here's this particular herb that I'm now selling for everyone, which is good for gaining money. And I have plenty, 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 plenty. So order, order, order. And here are my incense that I specially made that gets rid of hexes. And now, this is one of my crystals that I'm selling. I have so many more crystals. I have like bags and bags and like a big old suitcase, 2 suitcases of crystals. So I'm definitely selling those. So pretty much I'm gonna be doing an event in the next following weeks. So I'm going to try to show you my table then. So anyway, I'm pulling out a set of cards. If you're really a good reader, it's what I teach all of my students, you really don't need cards. But sometimes I will do cards for people and just kind of touch them and go by. But really, it's kind of for razzle dazzle because either you got it or you don't. Of course, I can teach people how to expand and take their brand to, of course, a new level. Not brand, I'm sorry. Correction, because I hate using that word. I don't mean brand on the terms of brand. But I can take them to a new healing level and being able to tap into their energy more. And what I didn't do is what I usually do. I have not placed my earrings in my ear, which I tend to like to do because I like to. And I know these are opposite track days, but I'm just feeling that energy today. These are the earrings I had on earlier, and I kind of took them off. It was getting on my nerves. So at any rate, of course, I've really, like I said, so anyway, these are some decent cards that I purchased off of, I went to this little store and purchased them. No, I'm not going to show you the cards that I usually use. I don't use these cards when I do people's readings. I use like my own special made cards that I created because they, So anyway, so let's see. Who or what should I do a reading on? So let me just show you a couple of things here. So usually when I do a reading, of course I get in tune. I'm not going to tell you everything because you have to, of course, purchase my class. But I will share with you some things. I kind of get grounded for the most part. And I think of some things in advance about this reading. And sometimes I pretty much go with the flow. It just kind of comes to me simultaneously what it is that I'm supposed to tell this person. I know that a lot of times I know people have to be like really, really, oh, let me be concentrated. I don't necessarily have to be concentrated. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I will do it for the most part, but not really. I don't have to be because I've did readings in a car and a person was right there with me. I've done readings at work. I've done readings at wherever. So anyway, so usually, it's good to aim with a symbol. it's always good to concentrate and compel yourself to think about certain symbols when you're doing readings, if that's what you feel connected to. I do love the Ankh, the Egyptian cross, and of course, you know, this is the ancestors' way, and it's a connection of a whole entire family, baby, mother, and father. Um, so it's a way deeper concept, but just to get that off, just to give you a basic concept, it's way deeper than that though. But it's a life sign. It's always a life sign. And at any rate, most of us can definitely relate to getting in tuned with different things. And I offer, by the way, I do have different herbs. Um, this is a herb. This is also white oak bark herbs that I have. And this is also two different types of, this is a pendulum map. See, I'm sorry, I didn't have it, and it's really pretty. Now, I have sold these. I'm kind of sold out of these. This is not something that I usually buy all the time, but I bought like a few. Well, actually, someone gave them to me. I thought it'd be a good marketing. But one day I was at an event, and like this one guy like bought them off of me. So I mean, nobody else buys them. But I do sell those. These I constantly sell, and they come in different form. This is also a pendulum map. So anyway, I just kind of stalled you guys because I was trying to think on what I was gonna do anyway. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and get in tune, and I'm gonna, again, you gotta take the class with it. So again, here's the cards. Okay. All right. So this card, of course, deals with unconditional love. Well, this is what the card says it deals with, but let me tell you something what's deeper. I don't go off what these cards say, because these cards can tell you whatever, but you have to pick up the energy from it. And from this energy, of course, I'm doing a reading on myself. This is like way deeper. This is basically talking about in building certain relationships. Now, this card does have a little bit, the wording does have a little bit to do as far as my life is concerned, but it goes on a deeper scale of things. So basically, it's definitely telling me to have unconditional love for people, because as a healer, we actually do have unconditional love for, someone's calling me on Facebook. What the hell? Anyway, so we do have certainly different unconditional love for people, whether it be for our clients, whether it be for our family. Let me see. So we have unconditional love for whether it be our family, whether it's for this connection that we have with the universe. So a real holistic healer, would definitely have this unconditional love and have a forgiving heart. So for me, I do have unconditional love for my family. I do go out the way to help my family, and I go out the way to help people who I know needs help, who really needs help. And a lot of times people claim that they need help, but they really don't. So they just sometimes, and I'm not talking about my clients, but I'm talking about so-called friends or people that might be around you, and sometimes people do want to use you. So my unconditional love is differently for certain people that I feel like are users and leeches. It's not just about money, but sometimes people will leech energy off of you because they are calling you to feel good. You're making them feel good, but yet they're draining your energy on purpose. And I've talked about this on several videos about vampire, drain a vampire, but I'm not referring to someone that can't help it. I'm referring to the people, and you know perfectly well who I'm talking to. So this card is basically, is basically the opposite of what it says. And it's basically telling me to cut off so-called friends. I do have it. Well, I have at least a couple friends who I felt like, and this is not recently. This was like a little while ago. But, I find myself here thinking about them lately. This is like a long time ago. But I still find myself in thinking about them. They're not even like on my Facebook page. So I find myself in thinking about them every so often because I do worry to make sure if they're okay. But I don't want to start that back up because I know once I begin to start calling them back, that it's going to be the same old situation because I already know. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation again. Now, the next card, I'm not even going off of what it says. It doesn't even mean nothing from what it says, but it's a certain value that I really see. Recently, I basically quit my job, and what plantation job it is, and that it was really, really draining me. It was really draining me. The building itself was draining. The building itself, the spiritual world within the building because of the building itself. Plus, the people in the building were very draining because they were stressed. I am not a person that need to be at somebody else's job stressed out because this stuff that I'm doing now is wonderful. It does not stress me out because guess what? I love to do it. I would do it 24 hours a day if I could, but I do have to sleep occasionally. So this card is kind of letting me know to focus my energy solely into my business and to just build my business in the way that I need to build my business and taking my business to a new level, which is actually already happening. So this is talking about present and it's dealing with my future as well. And it definitely lets me know that I am going to have my own, because right now I'm mobile. I don't necessarily want a commitment to a spot as of right now, but I am going to eventually get me a spot, but I want to get me a spot in the right way. I want to build it up. So, and it also told me about that I will be getting more clients who I will see on a more of a weekly basis. So I will have at least like 10 more clients that I would talk to at least once a week for readings and healings. So that definitely told me that. I'm sorry, I guess I gotta pull out the cards. I just start talking and telling you some stuff. Anyway, now this one is true. This is absolutely true. Healer Guide Survival. Now, this card is absolutely true. I've just felt it. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I just did like this to it and felt it. I already knew what it was. That's why I started laughing, and then I pulled it around. I was like, look at this. So this card is absolutely dealing with my life. It definitely lets me know about survival, about how I have to take my survival of my healing to a different level. And of course, as a healer, I'm constantly studying and growing and learning new things. I don't ever want to be in a situation where I know every damn thing, because that's some bullshit, okay? Yes, I apologize, y'all. I do have a potty mouth sometimes. I love it's just is what it is. I'm just myself. I don't try to put on no brain. I don't try to put on airs. I always say this, and people just look at me and laugh. And I've had PR people just go, listen, I'm not working with you. I've had PR people like, no, you are marketable, but you just got a pouty mouth. But whatever. I love y'all though. But I always say that I am not a brand I'm a real person. And that's absolutely true. And I don't have time to be trying to play this fake nice person. I'm just so nice and so warm. I'm just myself. I'm a Taurus. I'm every bit of that. We're some beautiful people, but we'll tell you what it is and how it is, okay? So y'all, please forgive me. Christians, Muslims, whatever your spirituality is, don't trip off me. I got a deep, good heart deep down inside. So don't take my language in vain. And I'm intelligent. I'm intelligent. I told y'all about this girl that she was trying to convince me she was intelligent, but it was funny. That's another story. Anyway, so don't allow my words to come off in a way so vulgar that you don't see the purpose. But I do curse. Um, so just don't worry about it, okay, y'all? Just forgive me. Um, anyway, so this also is a thing that's telling me something, something's about to lose. Something's about to lose. I'm about to lose something, and I think what that is obviously that's talking about the past. That's referring to the job. Um, and also, I'm not flipping these cards up, y'all. You want me to just show them to y'all? Would that be good? Would that be cool? You want to just see them and I'll just tell you what they are? I'm trying to. This is basically just telling me to accept my pathway, stop running from it, and and deal with um and begin to see people for who they are and not try to put so much stock in their abilities. And I think this is referring to my this is referring to people that's around me. This is not necessarily with my clients. So this just basically telling me to just look at people for what they are and their value. Um, so this card, okay. Did I show you the card? Okay. So I this one is it feels like I don't know exactly what it says, but the energy that I pick up from it doesn't feel like it's the same thing as what I'm about to say. But it does tell me that I need to um, understand. Um, well, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It's kind of the opposite of what. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not necessarily opposite. It's just the words are clear, but the meaning is a little bit differently than the way that the illustrator of this card described it. So basically, when it talks about, I think it's something in the fact of leader, because again, my pathway started off a bit differently than where I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be this big activist, which I still am, but just on a different level. My activism has turned more into my healingism. So it's still, I'm still active on the terms of uh, getting people to be aware of certain things, being a leading force in moving the people to a new level of education. I'm still doing that. However, it's just in a different way. I just put that card down. So it talks about my lifestyle, my lifehood, about the pathway that I'm on. And it's kind of eerie because it's this line down the road where either I can go I could either do the path of the activism, or I could do the healing, or I can figure out. I think the biggest thing right now that I have to figure out how to combine them together that would work for both the pathways that I'm supposed to be on. I'm supposed to be on the same pathway, but it's just going to be dealing with that. I remember that I had this one person tell me that I'm not supposed to be on this pathway of activism that has basically played out. But what I've learned is she's full of shit, because I'm not, because that's not true. What it is that me mirroring or putting both of those pathways, marrying them. I have to marry them together. So that is more of the struggle. That's honestly the biggest struggle in my life, of trying to figure out how to mirror these things together. So that's pretty much, I don't want to tell y'all all my business, so I'm not gonna keep doing the reading. But I do, these cards are kind of cool. I more so, I don't like necessarily use them. I do get them. It does help me to sharpen my skills. It does help me because I practice on myself. When I do before I do readings, a lot of times I will practice on myself. Practice makes perfect, so I can know exactly on how to deal with people. And I read people, I read my family around the house too, just to practice, just to get in tune. When I feel like a little weird, I'm like, okay, well, I need to practice. Okay, so I think that if you really want to be a person, whatever you doing or whatever you do in life, you have to already have that skill a little bit, or that heart to do it, and that's still somewhat of the skill, the start off of the heart. And so you have to practice it until you totally like become one of the best. And my goal, again, is going to be one, and I'm telling y'all, we're going to be looking at this video 10 years from now, and y'all be like, wow, she said that. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I am going to be one of the best healers in the world. I said one. I didn't say the. I said one. I'm going to be one of the best healers in the world, and I don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody tell me nothing of the wiser, because it's already been revealed to me, and I'm not going to allow anybody to put me in a certain box. So I definitely am going to keep practicing and honing on my skills and keep developing myself, and that's what you have to do. Whether you are a doctor, you have to keep practicing. You have to keep learning different ways of healing people. Don't just cut people. Learn how to effectively heal people in different ways. Whether if you are, I don't know, if you are a lawyer. I have a friend that's a lawyer. Hi, Hassani. Anyway, so I would advise her to constantly keep reading on different laws, keep on finding different clients that she can help, and just practice the skills. Sometimes, you might have to give somebody $5, $10, $20, $100 off sometimes, just to practice on that skill, just so you can learn, and just tell them, hey, I don't really know how to do this, but I would try to do it and just take it on, to learn how to do XYZ. I'm not talking about huge cases, Hassani. I'm talking about some little small ones that you can do, like a traffic violation. You know what I mean? Little things just to sharpen your skills. And start watching divorce court. Start watching court on TV and learn how to practice. Why am I doing the reading for my friend? Anyway, so, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's really important, that whatever you are, so even if you are if you are a matchmaker, practice, set up your friends, for half price, and see how that works, and horn on that, and learn how to do that. You know what I mean? Practice, 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 practice. So whatever you do, just practice on it, or practice on stuff that's not going to necessarily mess up your business. Let me say that. So you might have to practice on your own, or practice on family members, and just let people know, hey, I'm practicing. So I'm really kind of done. I'm not going to beat the hell out this video. I'm just going to be done. So if you all subscribe to my video, get my healing practices by Ask 314 Life. That is my brand. Not brand. Oh, God. Why did I just say that? That's bull. That is my Somebody's been saying brain to me so much today, and it's getting on my nerves. And I told you I hate that word. But anyway, so that is basically my business, the healing business, and pretty much, I do life coach. And I also, I don't know what another word to use as opposed to life coaching, because that word is so played out. Everybody's a damn life coach. I'm certified to be a life coach, and some of these other people, y'all is nuts. But anyway, so not to knock, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that I don't know about me using that word anymore. Anyway, thank you so much, and subscribe to my videos. And I know I'm pretty zany, and it's like, how could she help me? She's so nutty and crazy. I'm telling y'all, we make the because I'm just myself, and I don't try to put on no airs. And y'all just give me a call, and thank you so much for tuning in. Blessings. Namaste.